introduction as well.
Yeah, hi, I'm Helen. I'm a senior undergraduate majoring in ecology and evolution and minoring in sustainability. And I also just want to let you all know that we are recording this for people who aren't available. So if you want to turn your camera off, if you're comfortable with it, I just wanted to give you the heads up.
Awesome. So we can go ahead and have you all do like a quick introduction. So we'll talk about, you can share your name, your pronouns if you feel comfortable, and as well as what are you particularly excited about when it comes to sustainability.
Should we start with Carly, if you're comfortable going first?
Sure. My name is Carly. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an environmental science major and I minor in classics. For me, I would say I'm most excited about like sustainability, sort of like on campus specifically, and having Maryland be sort of a model for other campuses, because I know that we're going carbon neutral by 2025, which is already being looked at by other schools as like a goal for them as well. So I think it's very important to continue being sustainable and actively doing that in order to like be a role model for like other schools as like sort of a green school, which is like super good. And especially coming from that and being an environmental science major, that like it'll be good for job applications.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing with us. Anyone else want to share? So for those of you who just joined, you're just sharing your name, pronouns if you feel comfortable, your chapter, and what you're excited about when it comes to sustainability.
Go. I'm Colleen. My pronouns are she, her. I'm in Delta Gamma. So I'm an environmental engineering major, so I'm just like really excited about like implementing solutions for like environmental problems, because that's like what I'm gonna do in my future job, and just like problem solving, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. Just creating like new like programs to help my chapter be more sustainable.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Anyone else want to go? Let's see. John, would you like to go?
Yeah. I'm John, obviously. I'm from TU and I am a sustainability minor. So that's why I mainly volunteer for this.
Okay, awesome. And is there any specific area of sustainability that you're very excited about?
So my major is mainly about just like resources. So that's kind of what mine is, like just conservation side of sustainability.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Let me see, I think we have a few more people. So if you're unable to be on camera, you can also feel free to put your response in the chat. Let me see. So we have Fiona, Jess, Julia, Maddie.
I can go next. My name's Fiona and I'm in Zeta. My major is bioengineering, and I think I'm most excited, my pronouns are she, her. And then I'm most excited about sustainability in the aspect of like, it's a passion for me, but being able to share that with like other people and get them excited about it too is what I look forward to.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
I can go next. So my name is Maddie. I'm from Sigma Kappa. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm an animal science major. And what gets me really excited about sustainability, especially within my chapter, is being able to do like philanthropic things for it. Like we already have some programming things and events set up surrounding sustainability, and it's really exciting getting people excited about sustainability and like educating them on what they can actually do. And you know, it's not just like this, oh, like, you know, global warming is a thing, but what can like individual people do to like impact that? I like changing people's minds and like helping them understand what their impact is.
Yeah, so just sharing that education and getting people to smaller steps. Awesome. Thank you for sharing with us. I think that we have maybe like Daniela, I think you just joined us. Did you want to share? She's currently sharing her name, pronouns that you feel comfortable, as well as what you're excited about when it comes to sustainability.
Yeah, so my name is Daniela. I am from Sigma Delta Tau. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm not our sustainability chair. I'm actually our vice president. Our sustainability chair was unable to come today, but I know that she's just really excited to get our chapter more involved, especially in the house with composting and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, awesome. We're definitely going to talk about that a little bit later. So I think that's almost this. Is there anyone else that wanted to go before we move along? You can also feel free.
I can go.
Okay, awesome.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm from Alpha Chi Omega. I'm a journalism and environmental science major, and I think I'm just really excited to talk to people about sustainability. I know in our chapter, people are really interested, but they're not sure how to get involved, and there's a lot of unsustainable practices, especially in Greek life, that people might not realize that they engage in, especially fashion. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So this is definitely an opportunity to give everyone that clarity and to share with them, sometimes it might just be people's knowledge about it or not knowing the difference between how to recycle at UMD versus how to recycle for the city of College Park. So that can lead to a lot of confusion. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. We're just gonna show a quick video about sustainability at UMD. So I'm just gonna share my screen really quick. Okay, so you can give a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Students, faculty, and staff are creating solutions to the world's most
Awesome.
vexing problems. At the University of Maryland, students, faculty, and staff are creating solutions to the world's most vexing problems.
The world's facing a lot of challenges in terms of climate change issues. The polar ice has melted a certain amount in the last 10 years. The changing patterns of heat absorption in the oceans. Fossil fuels release CO2 into the atmosphere, which changes our ability to grow food, and we have worries about sea level rise. Many universities, including University of Maryland, are working on innovative new ways to address the challenges that we're facing. It's really nice to be at the University of Maryland because we have so many different areas of effort that are linked to world sustainability. We've installed solar panels on many of our parking garages, developing new ways of handling waste, the modernization of our on-campus power system. These are all real tangible activities that have been supported by the administration and demanded by the students.
President Darrell Pines has announced an ambitious goal to make the University of Maryland a net carbon neutral campus by 2025 and to transition the entire university vehicle fleet to electric by 2035. All new buildings are currently carbon neutral and integrate green design features such as green roofs and solar panels. Interior spaces incorporate compost bins and motion detector lights. Campus buildings are also living labs for sustainability, where students can design and test new solutions, such as this patent-pending device that prevents unnecessary toilet flushing.
My work here with the Maryland Energy Innovation Initiative has really reaffirmed for me the power of innovation, and that's where collaborations really come into play. We have super environmental programs, the Public Policy Department, active players in the Smith School of Business, and then we have our Technology Department, Science and Engineering, and all those people exist here at University of Maryland.
We're creating innovative natural solutions that protect the environment while serving our campus. Nutrient-rich substrates are now used on area rooftop farms. Sphagnum moss is a part of the pool filtration system in the Epley Recreation Center, reducing reliance on pool chemicals and saving water. And we have a sustainable farm in Upper Marlborough and growing spaces around campus. Some of the produce from these ventures is served in campus dining halls, sold at the campus farmers market, or donated to community members in need. We try to be a steward of natural resources within our watershed. To that end, water draining across campus is measured and monitored by strategically placed stormwater sensors and controls before flowing into the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Sustainability is part of who we are. That's why there are nearly 50 degree programs that prepare students to work on environmental issues. For faculty and staff, there are numerous programs they can participate in while reducing their environmental footprint.
The University of Maryland campus is so beautiful. So as I think about climate and environment and sustainability, I'm just inspired by the beauty of the world around me and highly motivated and always optimistic that we're going to be able to preserve this beauty and this system for our future generations.
Okay. 1 second. Can everyone hear me? Sorry, my computer is acting up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, awesome. Awesome. So that was just like a little insight. I know some of you already mentioned composting. We have people mentioning kind of that community education to make sure that everyone's aware about how to recycle, how to be more involved, how to think about certain things like their carbon footprints. And now we're just going to get into a little bit more about the Green Chapter certification process. And just a lot of it is on the website, so it's very accessible. And the first thing we're going to talk about is your expectations as chairs. So I'm just going to share my screen again. Okay, so all of this is on our website. Okay, so as a sustainability chair, you're representing your chapter. So you're the key point of contact between Green Chapter and your chapters to know like what you all are doing, the initiatives you're taking on, tracking on that, as well as helping lead events. So one thing we do want to let you know is that you can also get support. Like if you as a chair feel like, okay, you know, I do need support, that's something you can work on with your exec board, or for other members who are interested, who are not a chair but interested, you can form your own committee. And these chapter members can also help you gather things for the events and help you plan while you still take the lead. So just knowing that you can have support and don't feel like you have to do everything on your own, and making sure your chapter is involved as well. But one thing that you will be responsible as chair is tracking your chapter's progress and making sure that they're meeting the steps towards certification. So the first step is meeting the minimum requirements of 30% of your chapter are certified as green terps. So this is more of an individual, and then we will kind of like track that once you get to 30%. And then the next step is making sure that you've attended this training, so you've done a step today. So this is, a video from our first one that we did in the fall. And then part of that, so once you've met that 30% trust threshold, the next thing is to start implementing your 4 events and submitting documentation of this. So this is from the fall, but we'll be using the same template for the spring. So that is the first step. Does anyone have any questions about that? And then Helen, do you want to talk a little bit more about how to sign up as green terps on the website?
Yeah, sure. So I've sent you all before in group emails, like the link to certify and as a green terp. So I can show you on the website where to do that. If you go up here to steps to certify, oops, sorry. Now my computer is loading. On here, if you go to this website, it'll show you how to commit and certify as a green terp And you can just send that out to all your members. And once you get 30% of your members, then that certifies your chapter to move on to the next step. And I can send a link out for that after this meeting as well.
Yep. Awesome. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the third step, which is implementing at least four, chapter-wide sustainable actions and providing evidence. So we were able to get a view of what's documenting evidence looks like. And I'm just going to go back to the website again so you all can see what the page will look like. Okay. So since some of you might have already had your chapters start off with actions and need to complete a few more this semester, so one project we have on the website some examples you all can think about. So one thing that we know a lot of people are excited about is the recycling dumpster painting mural, which is really exciting. It can involve a lot of members of your chapter, and you also have like your letters across the campus as well. So that's really exciting. So we are working with the recycling department to start arranging the logistics of that. So that will most likely be in April, the second week of April. So let's keep that in mind in your calendar. So that will be a full week where we will arrange for different chapters to be able to. So they will assign each chapter a dumpster. You can't just pick a dumpster and a location. So they will have to pick that out. We'll be working with them and we'll have more updates about that soon. Some other examples are listed here. For example, being involved in like the campus garden or adopting a garden is something your chapter can do. And some other actions we have here. So highlighting one of the chapter members as Green Greek of the month. So someone that's really been taking a lot of actions, whether it's as part of the chapter, as part of your committee, if you establish one, and highlighting that. So that can be in your social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and then kind of reflecting on why sustainability is important. So we have a number of examples listed here. There's so many different opportunities on campus. So I'm just going to share some pictures from that chapters I've submitted before. Okay, hold on a second. So an example here from ZBT. So they have their reflection talking about what they did. So they did a campus cleanup in College Park. So we have, it can be kind of hard to gather all the different reflections from your chapter members. So one way to do that is to just create a Google form that everyone in the chapter who participated can fill out. That way you don't have to go back and forth. And you can also see, if you include names, you can also see who filled it out and who didn't. So it just makes it a lot easier for you when it comes to planning. And if you have the questions for them as well. So we have some questions, you have answers from each of the chapter members, and also photographic evidence as well from the events. So this is actually I think this is from 2019, so we don't see any masks here, but we would expect to see that in the pictures we're seeing moving forward. Just highlighting, pictures, reflections from chapter members, not just you, to know that everyone in the chapter, different people in the chapter are participating, and just having an idea of what what the event was, what did people gain from attending, and what does that have to do with sustainability. So that's an example of how to document an activity that your chapter does. Anybody have any questions about that? Nope. Okay. Awesome. So one thing, we do have some other initiatives that we're working on. So one of those would be, we're going to talk a little bit about composting. So in terms of composting, okay, we start pictures, okay. So before I get into composting, we will also share a Google Drive with you for your chapter where you can upload your evidence. So this way you don't have to go back and forth or email. You can just upload your chapter name, this is our event from this date, and put it directly in your folder. So that way, everything in your folder will be there. And sometimes in the folders, if your chapter has participated before, there might already be things in your folder. All you have to do is submit your evidence for this year in 2021, 2022 folder. And then does anybody have any ideas of actions that they're thinking of?
So my chapter in the end, at the end of last semester, we did I tried to pair up with the, I'm forgetting what it's called, the trash collection organization through campus that they do in all the fresh halls at the end of the year. But they only do it at the end of second semester. So I paired with Campus Pantry and did a food collection site at the end of last semester, but I didn't fill out the form yet.
Okay, awesome. That's quite exciting. That's really cool. So I'm excited to read your evidence and learn more about how the event went. So that's awesome. So I know some of you some people are really interested in fast fashion, for example, working on something related to thrifting. So if you have any questions, we're going to start starting tomorrow. We're going to share a survey with you. So you put your availability, and we will have planning sessions. So you all will be able to brainstorm and plan and get the support you need when it comes to putting events together and making sure you reach certification by the end of the semester. So no worries about that. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about composting. I know we had a lot of interest in that. So when it comes to composting, depending on whether your chapter is housed or unhoused, that kind of involves if you're in university-owned housing, so that would be something between the food services, your dining, whether it's college fresh or grillings, and the staff there will be putting the major things that need to be composted in the bin behind your house, or you have the composting green trash cans in the house that will be taken out by the housekeeping. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in our next meeting as a whole group next week. So now we're just going to transition and talk, and Helen is going to talk a little bit about putting you all into breakout rooms and doing a little bit of reflection.
Yeah, so I think we'll split up. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dummy.
Go ahead.
I think we'll split up into 2 breakout rooms. And I'll put the questions in the chat so you can look at them because I'm also a visual person. But start thinking about it. What are some sustainability related professional development and learning opportunities you would be interested in participating in this year? Anything, just throw out some ideas. And then how can DFSL improve our sustainability efforts as a team of chairs, you guys, and staff? So if you have any ideas, just talk about them in your group, and then we'll talk about them when we get back. So let me just create the breakout room.
Okay, seems like everyone is back now. So I actually have to head out, but it was a pleasure getting to get to know all of you. Helen will be continuing things with you all, and I will definitely be you to see some emails from me. I'll send an email tomorrow asking about your availability for a bi-weekly planning meeting where you get to ask questions, you get to know each other, and making sure that you're on track towards certification. So see you all very soon.
Thank you, Dami. See you.
I will see you all very soon.
Okay, so quickly, does anybody want to like talk about anything that they got excited about in their breakout group? That's all right. Okay, so we don't have that much left to talk about. I just want to remind everybody, we kind of had a side conversation in the breakout room that I was in about your green chapter presentations. So those are a requirement. If you didn't do it last semester, you can do it this semester. So make sure you put that on the books and either email us when you're going to do it, or if you need help doing it, we are happy to do the presentation with you. Yeah, so just make sure that that's in the back of your head, thinking about that. And then does anyone have any like questions, burning thoughts, feelings?
I actually did have a question. So I know that there's the 4 actions that we have to do for, sustainability as a chapter. I'm just curious because we already have things like set up, like we have planned multiple like city cleanups where we like go pick up, trash. Do multiple of those events count as one action or multiple?
I need to check that because someone asked that as well, because they did a thrift store last semester and they want to do it again this semester. I don't see why not personally, but I got to check that with Dami and Temvi. So I will let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Where will the recording be posted? I had this in my calendar for 7 instead of 6, so I missed like the first 20 minutes.
No worries, you're so good. Yeah, it'll be posted probably tomorrow morning or afternoon. I have class for the beginning of the day, so it'll take me a bit to upload it, and depending on how quickly my computer goes, since it's being really slow. But I'll try to get it up as soon as possible.
Thank you.
I was just wondering because I just messaged you in the chat about I think I missed a few of the emails, and I was just wondering what email group or like whatever that it's on.
So it's kind of been a little bit wonky at the beginning of the semester because the new chapter chairs are still like rolling over, and the old chapter chairs, we're still having to reach out to them to ask for the new ones. So a lot of the email chains have been going to them, and then they tell us about their chapter chair, and then we email you. So there may have been some missing pieces there, but you're on the right chain. You just probably weren't on it in the beginning until your last chair told us.
Got it. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions? You can always email me as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm looking forward to our bi-weekly meetings because I think we'll come up with a lot of really good ideas. And I'll post this recording for anyone who wants to look back at it tomorrow. Okay, I think that's it. Make sure to email us with your presentation time if you need to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.